Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screams. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
How's it going? Having a good day today? Yeah? Happy baseball season. Hope you like crap. Welcome into the show. My name is Marc Farzetta. This is the Phillies Postgame show, courtesy of JAKIB Media and the phenomenal sponsors that we have. Colony Pools, thank you guys. You guys are fantastic. Hey, you know what? I know some people want to get rid of more than just green algae this baseball season. Huh? Anyway, win and save this baseball season from our friends at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let the experts help you out and get rid of that ugly green algae and mold off your roof. How about off your siding? And how about off your deck as well? Service Delaware. They service Delco. They service Chester counties. Call them now at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. Welcome into the program. Here's my thought. My main thought, other than, well, that sucked. Here's my main thought. The clips they were showing during the broadcast of Bryce Harper learning to slide on a different leg so he doesn't hurt his Tommy John surgeried elbow, it gave me hope for the future, but in a way I'm looking at Bryce Harper and I'm like, this guy literally couldn't be doing anything more to help his team as soon as humanly possible. And then when he does come back, to help his team even more by being versatile enough that while he's injured, to learn to play first base and then learn to slide on a different leg. And this team, you know what they're giving him? I guess, I don't know if he would call it extra added motivation, but some other people might call it disheartening. But he is finding a way to find this even more motivating. I got to get back sooner. I guess after last night's loss, he decided, or excuse me, after the opening loss in this series, and after they're losing 2 or 3 to the Marlins, he thought, you know what? I got to get back and help this team win. And then he saw this 13-0 loss to the Cincinnati Reds, and I don't know what he's going to come out with tomorrow. Juggling? Maybe he's going to be learning how to pitch. I don't know. With his left hand, I don't know. But watching this team play sure as hell makes me miss Bryce Harper, and then it makes me love Bryce Harper even more that he is willing to do what he is doing now. He is literally working his ass off just to come back to join this team. This team that is not showing any signs of being the World Series contender that they were last year. And you can tell me about how great they were at the second half of last season, how they turned it around after Joe Girardi got fired, and they found something that they really hadn't had before after that All-Star break and after they brought in Rob Thompson. But you can tell me all this stuff and more when it comes to this Phillies team. But what I am not seeing is that heart, determination, that never say die attitude. I am not seeing that even a little bit. And maybe you could just chalk it up to the idea of, oh, they were lucky with as many starts as they got with Matt Strom to see him start the season the way he did. They were lucky to get Bailey Falter as a starter in this rotation to be as good as he was last year and this year. But watching Aaron Nola struggle, watching Zach Wheeler leak a little bit of oil, watching this lineup disappoint, getting shut out against the Cincinnati Reds. Is Ashcroft, is he Nolan Ryan? It doesn't look like him, but at least with the line he put out today, sure as hell looked like him against his Phillies lineup. This was an embarrassing loss, and I know we want to convince ourselves it's still early. It's still early. They're 5-10 right now on the season. 5-10 through your first 15 games. That is awful for a World Series contending team just a year ago. I mean, they already set the new bar here. By what? Tying the Orioles with the worst start, 0-4 since the Orioles beat the Phillies in the World Series. The worst team, the worst start for a team just in the World Series the year before. We should have known that, I guess. I know it's still a long season. I know you can still say it's early. I know there's been other turnarounds, but this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be 162 games. And yes, there's going to be ebbs and flows, but I'm not having fun right now watching the Phillies. The fact that they got Trey Turner, And they have guys like Alec Boehm, and they have guys like Bryson Stott hitting the way they're hitting. And Bryson Stott gets the promotion in the lineup. Good for him. Brandon Marsh got a little bit of a promotion in the lineup, batting up there in the sixth spot. Good for him. See him in the fifth spot as well now. That's great. But then seeing all these other guys not really foot the bill for what we were expecting this season is disturbing. And the biggest example of that is that you get table setters like this, like we've talked about with Bryson Stott and especially Trey Turner. And those guys get on base with nobody out. They literally set the table for you. And both times they both set the table. They both get on base. Kyle Schwarber comes up small. Nick Castellanos can still pick you up with a hit. Not in this game. Try to get an opportunity with Brandon Marsh. You don't capitalize on it. I don't know what the heck happened in this ball game where you're watching 2 outs. Sosa gets you a little bit of a jolt there by getting on base. Stott makes an out. Then you see later in that inning Trey Turner step up to the plate. Looks like he is either going to ground into a double play or he's going to ground out of the inning because there's 2 outs already in the inning. And hits a shot to the shortstop. They fire to first. Awful throw. Goes past the first baseman. I don't know if Trey Turner thought that the foul territory over there at the Red Stadium had an extra 50 yards of room, but he saw that ball go by. He made his way around the first baseman, dodged contact there, started lollygagging over into second base, and to his great surprise, the baseball arrived well before him, and he gets thrown out at second base. 9 base runners now thrown out on the base paths by the Phillies most in baseball. Horrifying, this Phillies squad with what they've put forth so far this season. And you look at it tonight, struggling again with runners in scoring position. Last night, we made a joke about it. I mean, hell, last night they were at one point 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Yet at that point in the game last night, they were up 5-2. So, yeah, as long as you're hitting the long ball, everything's fine. Everything's all right with the world. But this particular game, this particular performance, last night, it was fine. Tonight, awful. This afternoon, terrible. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. Look at some of your big hitters here, supposedly. Marsh steps up 0 for 2. Cave, 0 for 1. Schwarber, 0 for 1. Stubbs, 0 for 1. Another big hitter, Nick Castellanos, 0 for 1. You didn't get that hit tonight. I know the panic button shouldn't exist for people in April, but you know what does exist? The frustration button, the rage button, because you still, no matter what, want to see better baseball than this. And you wanted to see this Phillies team. And I know they're down Rhys Hoskins, and I know that they're down Bryce Harper, and I know you could listen to a guy like Dave Dombrowski talk about how much respect Kyle Schwarber gets in the locker room and in the clubhouse. It's right on that same level as Darren Dalton. That's what Dave Dombrowski said last year. But man, oh man, this team just looks like they lack direction. And they have enough talent. The talent is not performing in the key situations. You're getting hits. You're getting your guys on base. But the inability to score or to hit with runners in scoring position and plate those guys, nobody can have sustained success like that. You can't just rely on the long ball. You can't just rely on, there's a guy on first. I'm going to hit a double. He's going to score from first because every time at first base, that guy's either going to be Bryson Stott or Trey Turner. No, those guys don't have that. They're not consistently. You're not going to win baseball games like that. And you're certainly not going to win baseball games when your pitching overall is awful. When your bullpen leads Major League Baseball in walks allowed. That is terrible. This Phillies team looks like already this season they need some kind of shakeup. That's what they look like. And I know what was probably going to happen here is the shakeup is going to happen after Bryce Harper comes back. I know Rob Thompson recently said on the radio that he knows the date that Bryce Harper will make his return by, but he's not telling. Not yet. Not yet. Whatever it is, the shakeup is going to be Bryce Harper. I mean, after what you did in this offseason by getting Trey Turner, after the great expectations from Alec Boehm, after great expectations even from Nick Castellanos towards the end of last year, where he started to turn it on a little bit, at least batting average-wise, certainly not power numbers-wise. Maybe this is just what Nick Castellanos is right now. Got to hit you a lot of doubles, and doubles are great. Lead the league in doubles. That's awesome. But if the runs aren't coming along, if the long ball's not coming along by a guy that's your cleanup hitter, then that's a huge issue. The only other shakeup I can really think of right now with this order is, as I mentioned, Bryson Stott got promoted in this order. Good for him. Brandon Marsh got promoted in this order. JT Realmuto got demoted in this order. I know he didn't catch today, but at what point is Alec Boehm going to get that promotion? At what point do you see Alec Boehm, as I've mentioned for the last couple of nights here, at what point do you see Alec Boehm hitting that 3 spot, moving Schwarber in that power spot down to the cleanout spot, or even maybe Nick Castellanos goes up there and bats 4th with Kyle Schwarber backing him up in the order? At what point do we do that? It seems like just through 15 games, mind you, a 15-game stretch where they've won just 5 of those games, the Phillies, you've already used a lot of bullets as a manager on trying to shake things up. You hear from coaches and managers all the time about you only have so many bullets to fire if you're a coach or a manager. Some players that are looked at as team leaders as well, you can't just be yelling and screaming every single day because sooner or later they look at it as crying wolf. So if you're going to shake up the order, which you already have, what more can you do? Can you consistently go with different lineups? I mean, geez, that sounds awfully familiar, Joe Girardi. That sounds really familiar, Gabe Kapler. That sounds way too familiar with this batting order. And it certainly sounds way too familiar with this Phillies clubhouse and the last couple of managers that they have. So what are they going to do? They're going to keep tinkering? Because I don't know what the other option is right now. If the option is, hey, wait till the end of May. Wait another month plus, and we'll see if Bryce Harper's back in this order. But, man, that guy is doing everything he can. The only thing he can't do is play right now. But you think about it in this locker room, I know a lot of people don't want to admit this because for whatever reason, Rhys Hoskins has drummed up such an incredible amount of hate for whatever reason. I know he's not the greatest in the world. He is a decent to good ball player. Hit your home runs, can get on base, and no, he's not great at first base. I understand that. But you know what he is great at for whatever reason, and I can't explain it, and unless you've been in that clubhouse, you can't explain it either. And this is where I listen to the ex-athletes, and I listen to these guys, and I listen to them talk about Rhys Hoskins and what a great leader he is, and how these guys look to him, and how when he lost out in this entire season with the injury in spring training with that fluke play at first base, you look at the guys' faces around that locker room. Even a guy like Trey Turner, who just got here, already feels what it's like to not have Rhys Hoskins in that clubhouse. Let him know what it's like to not have him in that order. And then on top of that, the guy that I think has become the full-blown all-around leader of this team, Bryce Harper, he ain't playing. And it's amazing to go back to that, what I've heard from guys who played. It's amazing to me, no matter how great the player, if you're not playing, a lot of guys don't want to hear it. So I don't know if it's a rah-rah speech. Certainly not. I don't know what makes them pull focus. I don't know what it is. But getting shut out in game number 15 of the season, and for what, the second time already this year, a position player has to go out there and finish out a ball game? Philly should be embarrassed by that. And I didn't even know. I knew about the 8-run rule to put a position player out there for the team getting beat by 8 runs. I was not aware that the team winning by at least 10 runs could put a position player out there. At that point, just where's a white flag? Can we just raise the white flag and just say, thanks for coming out, everybody. Beer sales, don't worry. They'll still stay open for another hour. That's the ball game. See you later. Because nobody wants to see Josh Harrison. Yeah. Good Lord. See that ball? Happy baseball season, people. Happy baseball season. This has been terrible. Oh, and look, we got like a lot of views for this already. Thanks for joining us. All right, that's what I think. What do you guys think? All right, let's get in here. Sean Gillespie. What's up, Sean? Nice to see you. That really sucked. All right. We're on the same page. Sean Gillespie, that really sucked. Can we get consistency with this team? Well, you're getting consistency with this team. Back-to-back wins? Sean, let's not ask too much of our baseball team, please. Go Sixers. Yes, that's a great name. You've joined the show many times before. And in fact, earlier today, yes, go Sixers. Great name. The Stars are playing well. The USFL. What do we got? Today we got the Sixers, the Phillies, the Stars, the Wings, Philadelphia Wings fighting for a playoff spot. And what else do we have? We got the Union. What a weekend. What a weekend we got. The USFL is back. Sean Gillespie. Oh, it's back, baby. It's back. Sean, the Sixers. Yeah. How about this? I don't want to get into the Sixers too much. Kyle, what's up? Kylie Caperton. What's going on? Worst game ever. All right, I will say this. The Sixers, I said this right after the game. The Sixers played, I thought, a perfect game. They won by 20 points. They were literally perfect from the foul line, 100%, 16 for 16. And then I tweeted out, I tweeted out there, and I see my man James Harden call it the perfect game as well. Reading my tweets there, James Harden. Reading my tweets. Stars, Philadelphia's only reliable team currently. Kylie, hello again. Worst game ever. No, he's not a 200 hitter. What are we talking about? 200 hitter. What are we talking about here? Go Sixers says 200 hitter. Sean Gillespie, the Stars. We're back on the Stars now? Hey, how's the postgame show? Well, we talked about the Philadelphia Stars. Oh, so the Phillies were bad? They were terrible. What was the score? 13-0. Ooh. Anyway, Go Sixers just did 3 straight. We're still talking about Sean Gillespie. Here we go. Same lackadaisical effort, excuse me. Same lackadaisical effort from the Phillies, something within the organization itself. I don't know what to call this. I don't know how you right this ship. The runners in scoring position thing is so haunting. Getting thrown out of the bases again is so haunting. Seeing this team be on the stretch that they're on right now, going into this game, 5-9 on the season, to know how much you have struggled offensively, to know you haven't gotten a run across the plate just yet, and to see Trey Turner, of all people, misjudge wherever the hell that... I mean, let's just say, let's act in the world for a second where he didn't misjudge it. Even if you know where that ball is, why aren't you busting it around first base? I'd be very curious to see what he has to say after the game about what went down, about what happened on that particular play. Because that is awful. For as great as a guy like Trey Turner, as great as he could be at the game of baseball, for him to lose focus or whatever the hell it was, I don't know. I'm seeing here Joe Farrell on our Twitter page saying, oh, no, he's suck again. Yes, the gif from, of course, Wooderboy. Absolutely terrible. I'm trying to see if I can find anything being said after this game that would offer somewhat of an explanation for what the hell happened with Trey Turner after the game, to see if anybody put it out there yet. And I'm not seeing anybody popping off tweets just yet about what was happening post-game. So, yeah, as of right now, nada, unfortunately. But we'll try to get you guys some information regarding the end of that game before we're done here. But I don't see anybody, any of the beat reporters or anybody talking about it. Can we get a closed-door meeting? How about John Kruk? Not to change the subject. Can't wait to see Monday Night Raw. Thank you, Crucker. Yeah, I'm a getting nada. I'm a getting nada when it comes to anything post-game on this Phillies team. Oh, there's me. Hi, me. Nope, just terrible. Everything's terrible. Everything sucks. The world is falling apart. Oh, Hoskins is a 200 hitter, but he's not a 200 hitter. And if he was a 200 hitter, he's not a 200 hitter. He's like a 3. Sorry. Like a 240 hitter? 240, 250, 260? I guess they had 30 home runs, so why not? Why not? Wait, we like the rotation? Doc did a great job. No, we're back to the Sixers again. That just tells you all you need to know. All I'm going to do right now is look forward to tomorrow, where the Phillies will hopefully not go 5-11 on the season. But the Phillies have a 1:40 start time tomorrow. I will be joining you after that game and after I participate in the JAKIB Media basketball game against the loyal union workers, of course, not the soccer team. But I'll be playing against those guys and a bunch of the other all-stars of JAKIB Media. Will be out there. I'm pretty sure Rob Ellis will be there. Barrett Brooks will be there. I think Derek Gunn will be sending his condolences to my hamstrings that will get blown out tomorrow during the game. I guarantee that. But that'll be taking place tomorrow, and I'll be joining you guys after that game. I'll be joining you guys after the Phillies game, the 1:40 start time tomorrow, and I'll be settling in here once again for another fun-filled post-game show. You know, the only thing that can help turn this around, and this is why I'm jumping ahead to the series now, Aaron Nola is a name that I don't feel like a lot of people check that. I don't feel anyone has confidence in right now. I know, in general, people don't have confidence in the Phillies right now. Aaron Nola gives you one great start tomorrow. Aaron Nola give you 6 scoreless. Aaron Nola give you 6 innings, 1-run baseball. Aaron Nola give me 7 innings, 2-run baseball. Just eat some innings so this bullpen doesn't have to eat any more innings. That'd be great. As few innings as possible. 1 win, 1 convincing win, 1 great start. Gave you something to look forward to. You don't win the series. You split the 4-game series with the Reds. You go into Chicago to face the White Sox, hopefully looking to get something going before you come back home for another homestand. This is not the way I envisioned the season started, and I sure as hell did not expect to be as frustrated with the season start. If the Phillies are just a 500 baseball team, I feel a hell of a lot different. They're only a 500 team. Then it's early. When you're 5 games under 500, that's where you kind of reserve a right to freak out a little bit. Not that the season's lost, but just in the moment, you could be pissed off about how this team is performing. And that's certainly how I feel about this team. I'm not giving up, not abandoning ship, not thinking it's over. I'm just very frustrated with the way that the team that I want to play and win has played because they haven't been playing well and they haven't been winning a lot. Maybe this is the closed door meeting of not a screaming match, not a yelling match, not a high school Harry thing where Rob Thompson goes in there, puts his fedora on, flips over a table that's got all the cold cuts on it. No, I don't think that needs to happen. I think a very frank, what the hell is going? So guys, what the hell's happening right now? Does anybody have any answers? The floor is yours. Everyone speak. Schwarbs, you go first. I don't know if they call him Schwarbs. Schwarbs, you go first. Got it? Okay. Anybody? Anybody over here? No? Turner, you're the new guy. New guy? No? Okay. Wait, Bryson, you're too young. No, it's fine. No worries at all. JT, where's JT at? Who's the guy that's going to step up and say something? Because right now it feels like there needs to be an airing of grievances with this ball club right now. It's awful. And look, the unfortunate thing is the only thing that will actually solve the problem is winning. Winning is a great deodorant for anything. Anything that could be going wrong. Runners in scoring position. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. All right, fine. You're not going to hit with runners in scoring position. Be up 5-2 like you were last night if you're not going to hit with runners in scoring position. Winning is going to make everybody feel better. Just nobody feels like the Phillies can win, at least not consistently. The thing they have done most consistently this entire season is not hit the baseball when ducks are on the pond, and that has been absolutely dreadful. They go up against Luis Cessa tomorrow. He'll be their opener tomorrow against the Phillies. That's who's getting the start for the Reds. He started 2 games. He's pitched a total of 9 innings in those 2 starts, and he's allowed 7 earned runs. So come and get it, boys. Hopefully that's a guy that goes out there and gives up a lot of runs with the Phillies dominating. Let's hope that that's the case. One more time, I want to thank everybody in the chat. See if we got anybody else that want to get in here. BJ Santana, Phillies suck. Phillies suck. There's like 10 Ks in there. Sean Gillespie, I really don't know why WWE didn't give Cody the title. Ridiculous. We got USFL, WWE in the postgame show. There you go. Thanks, everybody. BJ Santana, I totally agree with you. Yeah, Sean Gillespie, I'm going to show off my shooting skills in the game tomorrow. Don't you worry. Thanks, everybody. You guys are great, as per usual. Appreciate you guys joining us here on the Phillies postgame show on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Alex Schmidt produced the program. Before I get out of here, let me tell you one more time. Let Colony Pools and Power Washing bring your home back to life for the summer of 2023. Give our sponsor, and for the entire baseball season, give them a call at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. And if you're tired of seeing green algae stains on your roof, if you live in Delco, if you live in Chester, in the state of Delaware, let Colony Pressure wash your house and take the pressure off you. Thanks, everybody. Be back with you guys tomorrow after the 1:40 start time. Aaron Nola will be on the bump with the Phils. Hopefully tomorrow will be the beginning of the turnaround for your fighting Phils, who didn't show a lot of fight today. But you get what I'm saying. 13-0. Phillies lose. Thanks for watching. Be back with you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Imagine for a moment that you went to work today and when you came home, you were catastrophically injured. Your life and your family's life. That's what happened to union construction worker Mike Little.
I was scared of what the end was going to be, but to be 100% honest with you, I knew I was going to be all right just by talking with Brian. In my heart, I just knew everything was going to be all right.
Call the firm and find out why they say, "We got this." Call 215-458-2222.
Heading down the shore, have a ball once more.
Here, imaginations run wild and time stands still. Because here, you can find the best of the Jersey Shore, all on one 5-mile island. So leave the old you behind and get lost in the woods.
Wild, wild, wild wood days.
They're carving them up and good play calling along the way. First and goal at the 6.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.